How do I know that what once worked for my company before, what once worked for it, is now working against it? How do I know that what once was constructive now has become crippling? How do I know that I have grown out of what we did before to win? And now if we do that in the same way, it will cause us to lose. How do I know? What I want to talk about right now is how my organizational dysfunction has become a gatekeeper that's stopping me from growing. How what used to work has now built a gate around my organization, has begun to start being dysfunctional, and it's stopping me from growing. How do I know what is going on? There's a few things that we need to look at. I'm going to bring up my notepad here. We need to look over everything that we do as an organization, and we need to say to ourselves, what used to be beneficial, but now has become a barrier? What used to be beneficial that we did before, but now has become a barrier? When we did it before, it worked for us. It brought forth good fruit, good results. But now every time we try to function in that manner, or every time we try to do something, it does not push us closer to growth, but it draws a barrier in between us and growth. What is that thing that we used to do? Or what's that system we used to use? What is this process that we have that used to be beneficial, but now it's a barrier, and it has stopped me from growth? It has stopped me from growth. What is that thing? Let me write that a little better over here. It stopped me from growth. That's the first thing that I need to look at. The second thing I need to look at is what used to be very efficient for us, but now has begun to slow us down. What is dictating the pace of our organization? What used to be very, very efficient for us, but now it starts to slow us down. We need to look at that, because this has now shown us that we have grown out of the place where this is efficient, and now it is actually working against our efficiency, and it is slowing us down. All right. Now, and the third thing that we need to look at, whether this is product, whether this is leadership structure, whether this is the way that we function our operations, there's one more thing that we used to look at. What helped us scale, build, right? What helped us scale, what helped us build, but now is breaking us down. There's a difference between being slowed down and breaking down, right? The thing that is slowing us down, that is not efficient, it's not messing with the structure or our identity, or the healthiness. It's just making that identity and that healthiness happen at a slower pace than what it used to before. But when we start talking about the thing that used to scale us, it used to build us, but now it's breaking us down. Now we're talking about something that is messing with our identity, that is messing with our healthiness, that is messing with our morale, our ethics, right? It's messing with all of these things. It used to put all of these things into a positive light, but now it is chipping away and breaking all of those down. If you are in a place where you're transitioning as an organization, you need to look throughout your operations. You need to look throughout your leadership structure. You need to look throughout your processes, your standards, your everything. And you need to ask these three questions. Is there anything around that used to be beneficial that has now become a barrier? Is there anything around that used to be efficient and now is slowing us down? Is there anything around that used to help us scale and build, but now it is breaking us down? It's breaking us down in the areas of identity, healthiness, morale, and ethics. If you are at a place where you're finding a lot within your organization that is doing this, it is time for you to implement a new strategy centered around your growth. Because if you do not, how you used to be will continuously damage what you need to become, and that will affect your growth, not only internally, but externally in the market.